issue of being clear and obvious, and that's something that John Perry emphasizes to us all the time. And if it's not clear and obvious, then you can't throw the flag. And I think that's the situation there. It was almost a bang-bang type of deal. The ball hits Antoine Winfield in the arm as he's trying to make a play on the football. And that's why I think it's one of those where they just pick up the flag and say, look, this isn't a pass interference type of situation. And I know it's tough. Joe Judge was not happy at the end of that football game, and he let the refs know it. And, I mean, it's tough because the Giants were grinding all night long, Grease, and they were in it.
We're sensitive to that, though, I think, Scotty, right? After what happened, the Saints and the Rams, that clearly this was not that egregious. No. But I think we're sensitive to it. I think if that ball doesn't hit the arm of Winfield and actually hits Dion Lewis, you might have seen a different call.
Lewis, let me circle back to you on this defensive side because, look, there are so much eye candy and so many sexy names on offense with this Buccaneer team. I get it. But defensively, this Todd Bowles defense, when you take inventory of what you like best about them, what is it?
I think it's the youth and the speed that they play with, and the fact that despite in the secondary they're so young, and you saw that tonight they were on the cusp, on the razor's edge of getting beat tonight by some big plays down the field. They don't blink. And Todd told me that. He said, they're young, they're green, they're going to make mistakes, but I'm just telling you this. No matter if they're playing good or they're playing bad, these guys come out and they continue to compete. And they had to do that tonight because they were on the brink of losing this football game, but their competitive character showed through.
Yeah, Brian, and as a quarterback, you watch both sides. Jones, to Lewis's point, had some throws and he missed them. Brady, and that he was under pressure. No quarterback likes to be pressured. Give the Giants all the credit in the world, but then give Brady credit for the difference that he makes in the second half and the adjustments. What did you see that was different from him?
Well, I think he started to target Gronkowski a little bit in the seams up the middle. You know, the Giants defensively, Scotty, were playing most of the night two deep safeties, and they were mixing zone underneath and man underneath. They feel very comfortable playing two deep, man underneath because Tom Brady's not a scrambler. He's not going to get out of the pocket and beat you that way. But I felt like Tom made the adjustments. Byron Leftwich, give him some credit. They started to target Mike Evans when he was one-on-one matched up with James Bradbury. And they had identified that coming into the game, that was a matchup that they liked. And it ended up getting a touchdown to Mike Evans and also a defensive pass interference that was big in the ballgame.
All right, gentlemen, I'd like to wrap up just with this thought about the Buccaneers looking forward. They begin their second half of the season where they began the first, against New Orleans. This time, obviously, it's at home. As we play these most important couple of months of the year, November and December, with an eye on the winner in the playoffs, Lewis, you could begin. Where do you see the Buccaneers fitting in the hierarchy of the NFC?
I think health is really going to determine how the course of their season shapes up. If they can stay healthy, particularly on offense, which was really the impetus for signing a guy like Antonio Brown, then they're going to be there because they have firepower. They can beat you in many different ways. They have a fleet. They have a whole room full of backs they can run at you as far as running the football. They have wide receivers, big ones, small ones, fast ones, 50-50 ball guys. They have a physical offensive line, and the defense is continuing to improve. As long as they all stay together, they're going to be there in the end. I would expect that they'll be in the NFC Championship game, all things considered.
November and December is Tom Brady time, right? Yeah. I mean, there's no better quarterback in November and December. We talked with Tom last night. He's like, listen, 5 wins gets us nowhere. It means nothing. All it means is that we have another opportunity to get better each week. They came out tonight. They didn't have their best game tonight, but they won. They won against a scrappy team, and that's going to build character. And I wouldn't bet against